Okay, so the thing you want to do is first get the file. So if you go to metauni.org and scroll down to the MetaUni day schedule, you'll see a link download to Remix. So if you download that file to your desktop, you may have to install Roblox Studio first. If you haven't installed Roblox Studio and you want to, you can just go to roblox.com and click on Create. And if you haven't installed it, it should show up there, I believe. So if you have Roblox Studio installed and that file downloaded, then you can open it from File. Okay, so I'll just pause for a moment and let you do that. Okay, so the exercises to be done in this README file that you can find in server storage. Feel free to pause me at any time and ask questions or tell me you're stuck on something. All right, so these are kind of invitations to explore the code that makes this world work. So I'm going to walk you through this one and then just leave you to play with the other ones. So change the dart color. So remember in the Penrose tiles, maybe I'll just play. There's two shapes. There's darts and kites. Kites are the large ones. This is a dart. And so what happens in this is that placing these tiles, there's certain rules associated and they play sounds, right? Okay, so let's have a look at changing the color of the dart. So there's a hint here, which sort of gives you the code that does that. I'll just explain what it's doing. So the idea of a model in Roblox is a container for code and parts, which are the objects that you can see sort of physically in the world. This icon you can see in the workspace is the icon for a model. So you can see inside this is the platform. And the platform contains 3 parts. This is another model, the teleport. You can see it's got sort of these physical objects, these parts. It's also got a script, and it's got the text that appears on this surface GUI and other ingredients, including this is the thing that you see on the screen, the sort of overlay that you see when you actually go through a teleport. Okay, so all of this can be contained inside a model. A model has a primary part, which is, I won't go into what that's used for, but in the case of the dart, it's the actual sort of underlying part in the dart model. Maybe I'll play and show you what ends up inside it. So you'll notice that in the workspace, if I stop, there is no dart or kite here, but if I actually play, it gets constructed by the code and parented to the workspace. So then you can see it under tiles. Yeah. So that's that one that started in the world, and the other one, if I press F on the keyboard, I should be teleported my view to. Oh, doesn't seem to. Oh no, I'm actually playing. Okay. If you're in the studio, if you're not running the game and you press F on your keyboard and you have something selected in the Explorer, you'll be taken in this view port to the location of that.
Why is there a kite model in the world?
Yeah, it's this one over here on the other island.
All right, that one starts with a kite.
Yeah, that's right.
I actually had another question about this from looking over the code. There's this property angry. I don't understand what that is.
Yeah, that just determines. So that's the guy that starts over there is called angry. He's got a red color. Yeah, it's
So
just
it's a graphical thing.
it's just to distinguish so that yeah, maybe I'll come back to that in a moment. So I'll talk about attributes and how they're set in the code. Yeah. Okay, so if we have a look at this, So inside this model, you'll see that's the actual sort of part. Outlined how that was constructed last time, and then here are the click targets, right? So this is the thing you actually see in the world, and then there's the click detector, which makes it act in such a way that you can actually click on it and an event fires. Okay, so the Dart model, if you look inside it in the properties, you'll see it should be a primary part, yeah. So the primary part is set to the union. That's something you can actually do yourself. All right, so this just picks out the underlying part, and then its brick color is set to some purplish color. And then because it's a union, there's a sort of little bit of a tricky point where you have to actually tell it to use the part color. I don't quite understand what's going on with that. Okay, so the remix idea is to change the color of the dart. Okay, so let me open the code for the tile builder. So if you look in, I first have to stop. If I look in service script service, tile builder, maybe just to come back to James's question. So if you look, there's some business with setting attributes. So objects, I'm not sure what classes of objects are allowed to have attributes, but there's a system where you can set and get attributes. Certainly works on all the things that I've tried to set it on. It's not limited to parts. So some of the tiles, and this is the model, some of the tiles when they're created are given the attribute angry, and that attribute is inherited by any tile that is constructed by clicking on a tile. So if you start, and the way it works is that the tiles that start on this island over here, the first one is set as angry, and therefore all the ones that you build by clicking on that initial part are angry. And that is used to make sure that the kites that you construct, the darts that you build starting on this island, all are red, including the ones that are sort of descended from the original one by clicking on connections. So that's the purpose of the angry label. And they also play different music. So if you look in Tile Manager, where the sounds are generated, it looks to see if a tile is angry, and if it is, then it has a different system of delays, and it will. Okay, so that's the only difference in Tile Manager. In Tile Builder, you'll also see in the part where it sets the sounds, attach sound to tile, that if the attribute angry is set, then it takes from a different list than it will. Okay, so it's A and K for the angry tiles, and K and Y for the non-angry tiles. The word angry is just because it's red, that's all. Okay, so to come back to this first remix idea, so I'm going to copy this code and go into Tile Builder, and to change the color of the original, so change the dart color. Okay. If we look at the very bottom, these are the prototype tiles. So whenever a new tile is made, they will be copies of these prototypes. So the prototypes are constructed in this code, and then they're parented to game server storage. So something in server storage is not rendered on the screen, and its scripts don't execute. So it's literally just in storage. The difference between server and client code I won't go over in this tutorial. But you just imagine this is being moved off to the side somewhere so you can't see it. And there's a prototype kite and a prototype dart. So if I change the color of the prototype dart, then it should be that whenever a new one is made, it inherits that color. Okay, so let's try. All right. Now, sorry, I changed the dart. Is that what it said? Yeah. I get darts and kites mixed up. I'm pleased to know that John Conway has the same problem from his book. Okay, so that changes the color of the dart there. All right, so you can imagine something similar works for the kite. So I'll leave you to play around with the other ones, and maybe we'll just have a general discussion in amidst questions about that, and by the end I'll try and get this working with more than one zombie. So the idea of, so the hardest challenge here is to not only have one zombie playing this instrument by walking on it, these tiles. So these earlier ones explain how to get it so that not only can you make music by clicking play, but also by touching the tiles. So there's something called touch events. And one of the things I tried out was putting in a zombie spawner and getting them to play the music. So this is the current way it plays, right? But you can also make it so that if you touch the tiles, they play. And the final challenge here is to have multiple zombies playing the instrument. All right, any questions at the moment?
Could you explain the Bouncy Tiles one? Because you're setting the velocity of the model itself. Does that mean the tile moves?
Yeah, that's right. So it would move if it wasn't anchored.
Right.
Okay, so when these tiles are created, the part is set to be anchored, so it seems weird to give it a velocity. But the point is, the way the physics works is that if you touch something with a velocity, it acts as if you're interacting with it, and you get some momentum out of that. So the way you make a trampoline, or like the red chairs, is that you just give the part a velocity, and then anything touching it will be given some velocity. So if I were to give, let's try this. If I give it some velocity, but I don't, if I get rid of the anchored, I'm not sure what'll happen, to be honest. So let's give this initial one some velocity and. Yeah, see, it's actually gone up in the air and then come back down, and that's why it's these tiles are sort of a little bit wonky.
Does it step on it? Does it do anything when you step on it?
I don't think it should anymore, no.
Alright. So that's just its initial velocity and it loses it.
That's right, yeah. Dart model.
It seems like a quirk of the physics engine that an anchored object retains its velocity.
Yes, I agree. Oh.
But I guess it's a useful one.
Maybe it can't actually move because of these click targets up in it, and they're also anchored. Yeah, so that's the problem, I think. So if I were to do this. Okay, let's try. I think now it should be able to. Oh. Oh. Okay, I've got some error over here. Is that not what I called them? Okay, let me just have a peek. Okay, that stopped it from actually running.
It does look like that's what you called them.
I don't understand what the problem is there. Let's have a look. Oh, because I still had primary part, did I? No? Okay, maybe this is one of the situations I need to do wait for child or something. Yeah, so this is one of the slightly interesting things about coding in Roblox is, let me just see if this works. If it doesn't, then maybe it's not the place to explain why. Yeah, right. Okay, so scripts are making objects in the world. So this is a kind of object-oriented sort of language, right? You've got an object and you've got some attribute or element of that object, but things are kind of being constructed as the scripts are running, and so it's not always clear that a given thing exists. So you can put into the code certain commands like wait for child that asks this script to just wait until this member is actually available, but that doesn't seem to have.
Do you have a great amount of control over which order your scripts run?
Yeah, good question.
I think there is an order, and you have to understand. I think it's documented like which parts of the which folders run first.
I mean, I think you could manually control it by having at the end of the script certain things put in certain places, and in other scripts they check for them to see if they were put in place, right?
When do you make the click targets?
I mean, that's right, they happen here. Yeah, okay. That's a good point. Okay, so attach click targets to Dart is what actually makes these. Yeah.
Right.
So this should happen and also that Dart model is that's the prototype. So that's messing with that and its velocity is pointless. Okay, that's why. Alright, so now let's try this again. There we go. It just wasn't heavy enough to knock off those click targets.
Yay, it broke.
What? I don't know where it went now.
Just very high, right?
That velocity was pretty large, yeah.
I think it would have come down eventually.
Yeah, maybe I should try with a smaller number. Okay, there we go.
Right. So that's what happens to you if you touch it when it's anchored, and it's because it's like you collide with that thing.
That's right, yeah.
And it's
So let's.
not velocity. Into
What? Okay, come on.
Wait, did it just boomerang back?
Yeah, I don't know why it's behaving like that. Where did you go? Okay.
Can you place another one using the quick target?
Yeah. I could just set its position, I think. Primary part. Okay. I think it's gone off the world and been destroyed or something. Yeah, its primary part has just disappeared. It must have gotten a too large position or something along those lines. All right. Okay, is anybody actually working on these? Any questions? Russell, Lavender?
I kind of have a question, but you have a bug there.
Where's my bug? Oh, over here you mean? Yeah, that's right. You know that's a bug, don't you? All right. Well, might as well do one of these later ones. Bouncy tiles. Yeah, I guess you know how that's going to work. All right, so I'm going to make it so walking on the tiles does something. Oh, maybe I should point out how easy it is to change the appearance. Okay, so changing the watercolor is under terrain. You'll find plenty of interesting things in the toolbox. Actually change these meshes, I guess. So okay, so I guess one of these, was there a question? One of these exercises about touch events. So if we go into the tile builder code, you'll see commented out, I think, yeah. So in the construction, so this function here is what actually constructs a new tile when you click on one of the existing tiles. If it intersects with an existing tile, then nothing happens. The new tile is not made, or rather it's made and then immediately destroyed. If it is constructed, then a sound is attached to it, click targets are attached, and optionally touch events are registered. So the way touch events work, so this is a tile. Its primary part has a touched event to which you can connect a function. Okay, so this will be run every time that part is touched. It looks to see if the thing touching it has a child which is a humanoid. That doesn't mean it's a player. So if we look at, if I run, then you'll see that in part of the workspace is me. And you can see the stuff. I mean, that's my sort of GUI objects and so on, but I'm also in the world, right? So if you haven't tried to scale yourself, then you'll notice that it doesn't quite work very well. Okay, so inside yourself is a humanoid, and this is a part which, well, okay. There's two important things to know about the humanoid. I mean, there's this humanoid thing, and then there's the humanoid root part, which is sort of to do with how your physical body is treated by Roblox. Okay, so what the code does is checks to see if this humanoid thing is in there. Now, if we put in a zombie spawner, you'll see that actually that zombies also have a root part. Oh, okay, it's running. Can I do this and stay alive? Where's the zombie? I think it's under zombie spawn. There we go. So there's the humanoid, right? So there's his humanoid root part, and he can be defeated.
I have a fast zombie.
You have a what?
A fast zombie, a very fast one.
You found it in the toolbox, or you made it fast?
Yeah. Found it in the toolbox.
Good. Okay, so I'm going to actually put something in here. So
Anti zombie.
Yeah, you follow these instructions and we'll put the zombies in.
How do you spell zombie?
Oh, ZOMBIE. You got it?
Yep, it appeared itself.
Okay. Alright.
Oh my god, boss mega fan. Diamond zombie. Instead of that one, I'm gonna do it. Diamond zombie. It's gonna be very hard to make.
Okay, maybe mute. Okay. So what this code I just pasted in will do is actually play the sound when you touch the tile. So it'll look to see if the thing touching it is a humanoid, but that includes a zombie. Now, it's also going to move the player, and this is a little bit interesting because it's responsible for the fact that, as you'll see, when you step on the tiles, it doesn't just move you in a uniform direction. It moves you towards one of the click targets, right? So when we make a part, when we make one of the tiles, there's 4 click targets. And what it will do, that code I just pasted, is move you towards, let's see. Click target 1. Okay, so you can see that one there. So whenever you touch the tile, it's going to move you in that direction, but then you move on to another tile, which will move you towards its click target. So you can imagine what will happen if there are a series of darts. These are given some velocity. I forgot to delete that. That's why they're kind of weird. But you could predict what will happen if every tile moves you towards its click target 1, right? You should move around roughly in a circle. Okay, so that's what will happen. Oh, what's going wrong? Where is? Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, so I want to turn on touch events for these initial ones as well. Okay, so it finds the click target of the tile you touched. It gets the direction from the center, roughly speaking, of that tile to the click target, a unit vector, and gives you that velocity. Now there's a bit of a trick here with I learned this from the Roblox developer forums. You need to set this velocity sort of multiple times in order to catch the physics engine. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but it works. So it gives you that velocity, it plays the sound of the tile, and then it briefly makes the tile glow as it does when you usually play the tile. So I think this should work. Come on, cooperate. Huh? Works for me. Apparently not for the zombie. Okay, what's going on there? Yeah, okay. So notice this hint down here. So the problem was that here it's saying get player from character. So what this does is it takes the actual so if you remember, so the zombie model was in the workspace, and that's going to be the thing that gets passed as the thing that touched the tile, but then get player from character will return nil because it's not a player. Okay, so what we need to do is change this to if the humanoid's parent's name is zombie, and get rid of this. Now, it should be the case that only zombies can play. This error I'll ignore because that's something that's the fault of that's someone else's code. All right.
Oh my goodness.
You're gonna die.
Once they get in there, it's much better. It's kind of a little stressful to construct at the beginning, I have to say.
If you build around it, then you can construct a prison.
Oh, that's a good idea, yeah.
It looks like he's playing Dance Dance Revolution
It does, doesn't it?
on expert.
Yeah, there's something I feel for the zombie when he's getting stuck. He's yearning to get to me and chew on my brains, but he's in purgatory there. Alright.
Dance students feel like
This is pretty good. Oh no. Okay. All right. So what's the next step here? So I wanted to try out multiple zombies playing different instruments. So let's see. Okay, so I think I'm going to make 2 of these. Cool. One of them, I'm not sure if the code actually refers to the name, so I'll try. It's going to get a bit hard to construct, so maybe I'll give myself a bit more room. Now let's see. So I'm going to attach 2 sounds to each tile. One for zombie 1 to play and one for zombie 2 to play. So okay, local sound 2. And it's, I believe, A that is the Guchin sounds. Maybe that's it. Okay. Oh, that's kind of bad that I didn't have a local there. Yeah. What? Oh, they died for some reason.
Could it be that they collided with each other or something?
Yeah.
Zombies have been climbing on each other's heads.
Oh, that's pretty bad though with the Guchin sounds. I need some way of making it different, but the Guchin sounds don't sound very good when it's played that rapidly. How else could I modify this? Well, how about this?
By the way, I don't think sound comes through live stream.
Ah, I see. Okay.
I imagine you could configure it to do so.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I think I'll just leave it as it is then. I can't think of an obvious, easy way to make that interesting. Does anybody else have a variation they want to show off? What was your idea for a prison, James? How am I going to construct that? Guess I could just go out a bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I think
It's
that-
not. It's not perfect though, because I can kind of glitch over them.
Yeah, and also I'm probably not going to end up with a pretty tiling if I do that anyway. Not that that is as important as survival, perhaps. What's with that? Okay, I don't understand that. Yeah, okay. All right, was there anything here I didn't cover? Yeah, one idea I hadn't played with was automating the tiling. So I wonder if we might do that. So you can automate the tiling by just triggering one of these click events, I think. So the same way you actually click on it, you can just programmatically trigger it. We could do that every time the zombie. We could do that if anybody touches it. Perhaps.
Yeah, can you attach like touch events to the click detectors so that when they walk on it, they...
Well, I can just put it in the code here. So let's see. So tile. Well, I could fill this in if it's not filled in, I guess, right? Let's see. How do I trigger a click target? I click detect. Actually, I don't know how to fire an event myself. Surely we can do that.
I think in my experience, like a events which are supposed to be triggered by a client, like, can't be triggered by a server. I imagine it's the same with click detectors.
Oh, this is on the server though. Oh. Yeah.
But it's not the click detector. Don't you just want...
I just want this to fire, right? So I could...
You just need to name that function and call it under some other condition. There are IDs in which you highlight things and then it automatically rips it out as a function and replaces whatever you had with a function caller to that function. So a task like this is straightforward.
Surely you can do this. No?
I mean, one way you could do it, I suppose, would just be set up another event that the click event fires, and then you could also fire that event manually, right? But that seems cumbersome, and there might be a better way to do it.
Yeah, but I think you would run into the who's allowed to trigger the event problem again with regards to clients and servers.
Yeah, possibly. Security reasons. Okay.
All of these links are just going to tell you to refactor your code.
Thanks. Okay. The problem is that, I mean, this anonymous function has some context, right? So, I mean, I can split it out and put it here, but then it'll be out of scope. So, I mean, it's using, for example, click target is used here. So, it's not, I think, trivial to do what you're suggesting. I think...
Well, one can programmatically extract the arguments. Like the sort of macro that I have in mind that I'm pretty sure some IDs implement will do something like pulling all the variables that were in scope as like arguments to the function that you're abstracting out.
I see. Alright, well, whatever. Let's not be cowardly about this.
You forgot the end. You forgot the end. Just write end at the end of that. Yeah.
Oh, not that.
Yeah, you gotta name it.
Yeah. That's kite attach. What? Oh, it's just mouse click for kite. Okay. What else is it using? Oh. Blech.
This is what currying is for.
Exactly. I think that's all it can possibly be using, unless it uses model somewhere. No. Okay, that should work then.
What's all the error lines?
Oh, that's from this garbage that I haven't finished writing here yet. Alright. What am I doing? Which one was that? Oh, thanks. Okay. See, no way this is gonna work. Oh. What? Okay. I was ignoring these because I thought they were the zombies, but wait for child sound. Okay.
Are you doing the wait for child event?
What do you mean?
Like, where's the code where you trigger wait for child? Yeah, what is this in? Like, what?
Yeah. It's here. It's in the tile that gets touched.
Set up touch events. But that wait for child only runs when this touched event is triggered, right?
That's right. So it should definitely be there. So it means there's something going wrong with the construction of the tiles.
This seems like something you should do outside of this function. Like, this should just be...
Oh, well, this should be fine. There's no real reason to... The only reason it's wait for child on the sound is that often sounds may not be loaded. So I don't think that'll fix anything. There's some other... That's caused by something else here. But I don't see any error, so it's kind of weird.
Time to print stuff.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, why are those lines underlined? There's red lines underneath.
Suggesting... Oh, yeah, okay, I know why. Okay.
Then-
So it's not in scope. Okay, so I need to do it up here like this. So if you have two functions that are referring to each other, you need to define them like this, and then do what I do here, for instance, which is set them equal to some function, right? So kite mouse click equals.
Wait, isn't it because you weren't passing enough arguments?
Oh, yeah, it could be that as well. More than
What?
one error.
What is this change?
Okay, so because when it's reading the file, it encounters this. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. But okay, the reason the IDE was complaining is because neither of these have been defined yet in the file.
Are you sure? I feel like I'm pretty sure you can define a function after it's used inside some scope.
Yeah, but not if they refer to each other somehow. I don't know. Anyway, I had this problem setting up this file in the first place.
But you didn't add the other argument to it, right?
What other argument?
There were other calls to dart, mouse click, and kite.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, there.
That's right. I passed the wrong thing.
It was the player, right?
That's right. But why do I need? Oh, yeah. It needs to be the actual player. Oh, how annoying. But this is in a script, so I can't say the local player.
Oh, is this because
It needs to check what type.
the zombie triggering this? So it's the player's there, so you add it to its like undo list or something, right?
That's right. Yeah, exactly. It's irritating. Oh. Okay, I'll just pass the first player. Can I just... How do I get the...
Like find first child.
Find first child, yeah. I just don't know if it's actually works as a list like that.
Can't you get the player that made the game or something? Or like the... Oh no, you can get the username of like the creator or something.
Hmm. Does return the table. Okay. Oh, get player by in. I don't think that's gonna change anything. I mean, the problem was it wasn't even putting down the tile, right? Alright. So this is a dart. Ah, it's I. I really wish it would actually just tell me what I need.
What is I?
It's which click target it is, like around the 4 of them. Click target. Angles I. Yeah, I think the rest should be okay. Yeah, I think that's probably it. Yay for friendly languages with minimal errors.
With what?
Well, it's just trying to look for I in the context, and I mean, it doesn't even give me an error, right, at runtime. It just doesn't do anything that's helpful, I guess. All right. There we go. Alright, your turn, zombies. Yeah, that's working.
Wait, what happened to them?
I don't know.
They dance themselves out.
Yeah, I guess so. They did succeed in constructing the...
Oh, also during Adam's talk, what was happening to the Blackboard drone character?
Oh, that's... I got in with that character in the VI headset. So, and then I put the VI headset down, so it was...
Oh,
You mean because it was kind of deformed, right?
yeah. What? Yeah. Arms look dislocated.
Yeah, that's right, because it actually tracks the hands. I have in the recording me waving at the camera. It's actually really cute. Sound is not a valid member of union operation. Dart model union. Okay. Why is that?
I have to put away for child.
Ah, yeah, thanks. Right. Yeah, I took that out, didn't I? Oh, it should be sound 2 anyway. I think that's the problem. Oh no, but it should have both. Let's see.
How does it choose whether they place a dart or a kite?
Oh, it's whatever I have selected.
Alright.
So, yeah, if I tell them, they're just gonna.
Change it to dart.
Yeah. Like he's trying to put down. Oh, yeah, okay, but it's only coming off click target 1, so I could make it a random, put it at a random place, I guess. That'll get pretty nuts pretty fast. Let's see.
Can you iterate over them and find the first one that it can place at? Is it too hard?
I could make it try all of them, I guess. I wonder if they can actually run off to infinity doing this. Probably not randomly though. Alright. Okay, and now your homework is to make this actually construct correct tiles. Yeah?
You have 2 bugs.
These ones over here.
Yeah,
Yeah, how do I fix those?
no idea.
These ones too. Okay. Now. This was kind of pointless, right?
What does this sound like?
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, sounds pretty cool, I guess. I don't know what's up with all these tiles here.
I think those are just they were triggered and I just walls.
Right. Let me see if I can just restart the stream on Discord. I should be able to just choose to stream my
You should be able to
computer
edit
audio.
the settings, right?
Yeah.
Like click on
If I do this. I don't know how to stream my audio. Yeah, okay. I don't know how to do that.
I think if you're streaming a specific application, the audio comes through.
Ah, okay. Good idea.
Bringing, and I don't know if it's possible to do that with Roblox, because I think I tried that previously and it's buggy.
Seems even if I just stream Roblox Studio, I don't see any audio option. Yeah, maybe we weren't worried about it for now.
Can you just vocalize what it sounds like?
Yeah. How about you try? I'm
Well, I
not
don't know
much
what it sounds like.
More or less what you imagine.
That's working now.
We can hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear it. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't. So I just streamed the application. I see.
Yeah.
That was enough.
I've got the audio clip in there.
I see. So those tiles are just subject to the weight to be destroyed, and it's getting queued up somehow.
You could just make them invisible, right? While they're being placed, to like
Yeah,
they can't be placed.
that's right. Yeah. I should be able to just stand in the middle and get them to. Yeah, let's turn off this. Intersection business.
Styles anyway.
Yeah. Let me also make this a bit bigger. Hopefully the tiles should just double in size now.
Daddy, you got
Yeah.
another bag.
Did I?
Keep on getting bags.
Yeah, I'm not writing very good code, am I? Well, a lot of these over there are not my fault. They're inside the zombie.
Two of them are your fault.
Sorry?
Should actually make it so like there's a big zombie and you have to find the big zombie because the big zombie is that's gonna place all
Place all the what?
tiles.
Place all the tiles.
Yeah.
Do you think I can make this zombie bigger?
And you could the zombie spawner bigger.
Right.
That will make the zombie bigger.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's try.
Whoa. Pretty big. Wee bugs. Sweet bugs.
Maybe I should. Oh, he went back to normal. Or did he just die because he was big?
I think he falled over because he's too big.
Oh.
Yeah, he was crushed under the weight of his own.
Yeah. Okay.
Just multiply. Make it so big.
Oh,
Make it
try
like
it.
the boss.
Let's try that. Maybe I'll fix these bugs so you stop complaining about them. Oh, that's to do with some garbage I don't need.
Garbage.
Oh, it's in all of them though. Ugh. Can I get a cookie if I get rid of all the errors?
I found it. You can all have it.
You could do a find all replace.
Oh, that's a good idea.
All of us could have a cookie.
All of us can have a cookie, okay.
You should have just listened to Russell when he pointed it out in the first place.
I think that's right.
Then you only have one zombie spawn.
Yeah. Yeah. Guess that doesn't really... I don't know how to refine and replace multiple lines, or if that's possible.
Can you just paste it in?
Paste it in. Oh, the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Feel like-
Alright. Anyway, my less than smart approach has concluded. Well, these aren't errors. I think I get my cookie. They're like warnings. Alright, well, the big zombie didn't survive, but.
Zombies.
I don't know what happened to the zombies.
Stun zombie. Let's put it this. Zombie spawn.
Alright, I think we'll leave this running for a while and see how much they can build. Hiya. They get stuck into cycles.
You think this is what Roger Penrose had in mind?
Yeah. Oh, what's with these lazy zombies?
One of them's just spectating.
Yeah, alright. Hey, you.
Can you decide what they run towards?
I don't actually know how they decide what to run towards. They probably just randomly select a player. I don't know. I could look inside their brains, I guess.
Because you could get them to run towards the detectives.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Wouldn't disturb me, right? Rude. Alright, aim.
trying to get to you.
Yeah, there apparently are ways that they can get permanently stuck. What? What is going on there? Really?
Their objectives are beyond your understanding.
They have, yeah. They freed themselves. From tile slavery. Oh, I know. Maybe this is a good way to wrap this up. They should be able to swim over to this island. They may not be able to jump up there.